Please subscribe and share this video with your friends.
Hello there, I'm Randy Lee, and this is The Dating Den with Marni Battista. And this is an important subject, I feel like, especially nowadays.
Totally.
Because with the internet and everything being so quick, how to take a relationship slow and why?
Yes. So here's the thing. Most of us are, you just want that guy to be so into you and to call you all the time and to ask you out like every day and 24/7.
Right.
And in theory, we want that. But what happens if you go too fast in your experience?
It's like everything in moderation.
Right.
Anything you love is always better in moderation. Always a balance. And as much as you may be thinking about this person nonstop, it's good to release off the gas and kind of take it slower, because you may find out things that you don't really like. And it could be just like we talked about, the idea of this person. Instead of, really actually loving this person, you might just love the idea of having somebody because you're looking for somebody. You
want it so badly, and you want it to be the guy. I actually had a client who dated a guy a while back, and then he was long distance, and he just said, you know what, I'm like really growing my business and I have my kids and it's just not happening. And a year passed, and then he was really interested again.
Okay.
And he said he was going to make some changes. And she was like, we're a boyfriend and girlfriend after like 3 days.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I was like, really?
Right.
And so let's just say like 4 weeks later, it was over.
Yeah. And you can, we fall trap into that because you really do feel like this could be the one. And, taking it slow is definitely the way to go, just because you never know who this person really is. You don't know somebody in 4 days. Let's face it.
In fact, I feel like there's phases.
Yeah.
Like 0 to 3 months is like the hyper honeymoon phase.
Sure.
Where you're like, oh my God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And, I tell people to have like a list of non-negotiables, just 5 deal breakers.
Yes.
And in the first 3 months, everyone says that they meet all of them.
Right. Exactly.
He's financially stable.
I got that. Yeah, that's me for sure.
And then they're like, wait, he's financially stable, but he's a workaholic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So I think it takes at least, and you can get into a committed relationship, but before you decide like he's the one, I think at least takes 6 months.
Sure.
Before you start to see someone in their real life.
And you can even change too. You might like something about this guy in the beginning, and then you turn out to hate it. I feel like that happens a lot. I feel like people are like, oh, I really think this guy's awesome because he does this, and then the guy keeps doing what he's doing because you think it's awesome, and then you're like 6 months later, you're like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be like that.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
My favorite story, my Jeremy story, I probably told it before, is that when we first met, it was back in the day when there were still Blockbuster videos.
Oh, okay.
And we would go in there, and he would like browse and peruse, and he was like a big movie buff.
Right.
And I was like, it's so cute that he's so into movies. And literally one day he looked at me and he's like, you think this is cute now, but literally in a month you are going to hate this about me. And I'll never forget the moment I was like, just freaking pick a movie.
Yeah. I feel like I can use an example. Like, I'm a really pretty happy guy when I wake up. Some people aren't morning people. I'm a morning person. Well, I feel like I've had girlfriends in the past that were like, that's really cool. You wake up and blah, 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 and you're like really cheery. And then after like the 6 months, like, dude, go back to bed or stop bothering me. It's like, it's like that thing that you thought they liked is really, they didn't like that. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of take time to know. Now, here's one other little tip. I've had women, they're dating a guy and he's really into them, and they start to get overwhelmed.
Okay.
Like, he's texting me all the time. I really like him, but this is kind of freaking me out. So one thing that I tell them to do is to send the I'm really flattered text. So tell me what you think about this.
Okay.
It's, I'm so glad that, we're having this great connection and we've had so much fun together the last couple of weeks. I'm sort of a slow as you go person, and this is like overwhelming to me, or it's a little much, but I want to work it out because I really like you.
Right.
What would you do if you got that kind of a text?
See, and this goes back to communication.
Right, communication.
This is what I feel like a lot of relationships lack. Communication is so key, and I know we say that all the time, but we don't really do it because we get, I think, our pride gets involved.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, well, if you said that to me, maybe I take it as, and God forbid you said it in a text.
Right.
You take that totally different.
That would be really bad, yeah.
And then it's like, okay, you don't want to hang out with me? Fine, then I won't call you. And maybe you didn't mean that at all. You just wanted to take it slow.
Right.
So it's like, you don't, I feel like I've done it before. You know, you read into things.
Yes.
And you take offense to it. And then when that happens, then you're one-upping the person.
Right, exactly.
Because you're like, well, then fine. You go do your thing, I'll do mine. And then the relationship just becomes a one-up. Yeah, and it becomes a one-up battle, and then you don't talk at all.
Yeah, no, it's bad. So I had two clients actually do that. And what was really cute was both the guys were like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was doing that. I'm like, haven't been this excited about somebody that I met in a long time, and I totally respect you. Like, what would work? Like, my bad.
Yeah.
I just am excited. And they ended up being in long-term relationships with both of them.
Yeah, and I hope the guy takes it like that, because if he doesn't, then he wasn't.
He needs to go.
Yeah, he needs to go, because he should just be like, oh, that's cool. She communicated. Let me let off the gas and let's continue, but space it out. And I think that's what we need to do too. Is like we go back to saying like the sex thing with like a guy will wait for you if he really likes you.
Yes.
So you don't have to. And I'm not saying you have to wait like a year or whatever. Let's not get crazy.
Right.
Because you got to figure it out.
That's a different show.
Yeah, it's a different show. But like he will respect the fact that you want to take it slow. And if he wants to take it slow, you have to respect that fact too. Doesn't mean he doesn't like you.
I think that's really important. Your predecessor, one of the Christian Anderson, who was the original co-host of the Dating Den, used to say, the slower you go, the faster you'll get there.
Ah, deep.
That's
why he's a legend.
He's a legend in the Dating Den. But I really think that's true. And I also will tell women, if you have a guy who's like so into you and it feels really good, but also you're like, he doesn't even know me.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
Right.
So don't be that girl either.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be the overbearing, like he doesn't really know you. Yeah, I agree.
And you're like, oh my God, I haven't felt this way with anyone. Oh my God, you're so amazing. Oh my God, we have such great chemistry. And then it's too much.
You can say that, but like don't do it every day.
Right.
Like, you can say like, I'm really excited about this relationship.
Yes.
As much as you want to be honest, you don't have to be too honest where it's like, I'm thinking about you every day. That will turn people off.
I call it being cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, if you want to find the organization of Randy Lee, I'm just going to do this forever. What's your website?
www.randylee.org.
I love it. See, it's unforgettable.
And that's the plan, But actually, the plan was Randy Lee be in the website, and every other Randy Lee was taken for some reason. So
yeah, well, you are the Randy Lee, so you deserve a .org.
Thank you.
I, however, am a .com, and so you can find me at datingwithdignity.com. If you want to play on Twitter, hashtag Dating Den, you can follow me at Marni Battista. Where do they find you on Twitter?
Randy Lee PGP. I know it's weird, but...
What does PGP stand for?
I did a comedy that I wrote, and it was called Pretty Girl Parking. So originally I did the Twitter for this comedy, but that's...
He's more than a comedy.
I'm more than just a comedy.
He's the Randy Lee.
Yes.
And if you want to get free training, we have a series on how to become perpetually irresistible so that you're going to have this too fast problem all the time.
Yes.
You want to click the link in the description about our webinar called How to Be Perpetually Irresistible. All right.
I like that, by the way.
I know, right? Perpetually. Thank you for playing, ladies, and we will see you later on the next episode. Bye.